Is Disney Lorcana the new One Piece? Is Disney Lorcana a pump and dump scam? Today I'm going to be talking about the history of all these card games and how they have done over time compared to some of these Disney Lorcana products, compared to some of these One Piece products, and Magic and Gundam and Riftbound and Pokemon, and how everything is just going up. And why all of this demand has hit. Why have all of these people started buying all these products? Well, it's mainstream now. Everybody knows about cards. Everybody knows about Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, One Piece, and now Disney Lorcana. All of these card games are booming because all the rich people keep talking about them. All these Kevin O'Learys of the world talking about them on TV, and Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all these celebrities like Post Malone and all these people just jumping in the card games because they love it. It's because it's fun, and people have realized that these card games are fun to collect. They're more fun to collect than other things because you can play with them. You can play with stuff that you collect. Who would have thought? Who would have thought these Disney Lorcana cards were playable, and there's a card game for it, and you can play with your friends? Just imagine 10 years down the line, people playing Disney Lorcana with their kids, because Disney Lorcana is the biggest thing. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Nobody knows the future. I don't know the future for sure. How good is Disney Lorcana? Let me look at all these prices. We got Romance Dawn. I think I memorized all these prices, but let's go straight off the top of my head. They're like $1,400 to $1,700. They were $400 a year ago, so they went up 4 times. Gundam Booster Box is like $400 for the New Type Rising Booster Box. It was like $200, so it's doubled in value in like a year. Paramount War is like $600 almost. And Pillars of Strength is like $600 almost. And those are the first 3 sets of One Piece. The first print of Romance Dawn is $6,000. So there's 2 different prints for One Piece. Is One Piece and Lorcana the same thing? Is the second print of the first chapter going to be $1,700? And is the first print going to be $6,000? You see these cases, or you see these booster boxes. You got the CM1, and then you got 2 different backs. The CM1 is the first print, and this is the second print. You got first print, second print. First print has different text on a bunch of the cards. First print has apparently a different sword or something on the genie enchanted. Second print has updated text. Second print has updated different genie, allegedly. I don't know. I haven't looked into the genie enchanted. I've just seen somebody talk about it on YouTube. But the CM1, and then you got the second print. So there's 2 different versions of the first chapter booster box. For some reason, I contacted TCG Player and asked why they hadn't made a listing, and they said they just can't. They can't support it right now. But I could post on there as a photo, is what they told me. But I don't know why they won't do it. Maybe Lorcana was like, please don't do this. Please don't put a second one on there. Or maybe some legality. Maybe they weren't supposed to. I don't know why they're not doing it, but it made me sad. Anyways, New Type Rising, as you can see, is $400. Then we got Carrying on His Will. Booster pack is like $17 for this sleeved booster. And the booster boxes. The booster boxes, speaking of booster boxes, we got cases. We got a case right here of the 13th set. The 13th set, sorry. We got a case of this on our website. Just letting you know. It's lower than TCG Player. Anyways, Carrying on His Will booster boxes are like $500 a piece, and these are $17. And then you got these $6 Rise of the Floodborn booster packs. We got these $1,000 Lord of the Rings packs, and then you got Evolving Skies, which is about to hit $3,000 soon. $500 SAP booster box, and then I just ruined a $1,000 pack. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous to think about. But these are like $500 or $600. These are $1,300 or $1,400. These are probably going to go to $5,000. Who knows? Fates Collide. $2,700, and these Evolving Skies Pokemon Center things are like $900 to $1,000. Why am I telling you all these prices? Why am I telling you all these prices? These are $17 now. Why am I telling you all of these prices? If you look at any of these products over here, we got Fabled. These packs are $35 online. Booster boxes of Fabled are $1,400. In order for it to be equal value, these sleeved boosters should be $60 a piece. Currently, there's like 20 on TCG Player below 60. I wanted to buy them, but I'm gonna let any of you buy them if you want. Those are undervalued compared to the booster box price. If they don't reprint it. If they reprint it, sorry about your luck. They're gonna go down a little bit. I hope they reprint it. I hope they reprint these 4 sets. If they do reprint those 4 sets, it will be good for the game. It will tank the value of those 4 sets, and people will start to get them at MSRP again, maybe. Or the One Piece goons, or whatever, or the Pokemon goons, or whatever, or the Magic goons are all in here too. They're all looking at it. Are they going to buy them up when they go lower? Are all the Pokemon players or One Piece collectors or Pokemon collectors going to come in and buy them when they go down? Is it ever going to be able to go down again? Is it going to be like One Piece, where One Piece is double or triple MSRP at release for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 sets? It's only been 5 sets with EBO3. I forgot about that. 5 sets have been above MSRP. So before carrying on his will, every box was below $100 pretty much on TCG Player. I remember our distributor asking us, hey, do you want a couple hundred boxes of Fist of Divine Speed? This is when they were like barely above cost on TCG Player, and we already had a bunch of boxes, but I didn't say no. I said yes, give me the boxes. And here we are. And we got them available on our website if you like to buy them below market. They're below TCG Player. TCG Player has these at $450 a box. We're going to have them lower on our website, these 4 cases, plus 10 cases. 10 cases of this set. Let me bring you a case and show you. If I can hold it. We got 10 cases of Time of Battle on our website for sale. Limit 3 per customer. So they're probably going to sell out. They will be below TCG Player. We have PayPal checkout on our website. You can use your card on PayPal. Did you know that? You can link anything to your PayPal. Anyways, that one's damaged now. It's half off. Not really, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is look at all these sets. Look at all these One Piece sets, all these Lorcana sets, all these Magic sets, all these Pokemon sets. And then you got Fabled. And what did Fabled outperform? Fabled outperformed in the last year. This set, 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 this set. It outperformed the collector packs. Even though they went up 5 times, it outperformed this, it outperformed this, it outperformed this. Fabled outperformed basically every single thing in the last year. What does that do to Fabled's market? That gets people looking at Fabled. How did they 10x in one? How did they over 10x in 1 year for a product that is a reprint set? That was supposedly the Chronicles of Lorcana. Everyone was like, I'm not even ordering this. I'm ordering less. Why would I order a reprint set that's going to ruin the game? I did quite the opposite. I ordered cases. I ordered tons and tons of it. They didn't give me all I asked for because they allocated it heavily. Because they didn't want the market to die because they thought Fabled was going to ruin the card game. The entire YouTube world was naysaying it and saying that Fabled's going to ruin the card game and that it's the Chronicles of Lorcana, and Chronicles almost killed Magic the Gathering. But now you got these $60 booster packs. At least they should be. $60 booster packs that have 10x'd in less than a year. It went up more than 10x. That's just insane to me. And they printed less of this, I think, or they held back some of it. If they held back some of it and are going to release more, that would not surprise me. Because that's what Magic does when a product comes out and the entire internet says it's going to ruin the market. They hold back some product. They make sure that it's throttled a little bit so it seems like there's less product out there. They could have done that. They could just have a bunch of boxes at distribution that they're going to release. The smartest thing to do would release this in conjunction with the Pokemon 30th anniversary and the Hobbit set. Release it during that time. That would be the perfect time. Reprint the set. That would be cool. I have a bunch of boxes and that will make all of them go down in value, but if the news of Fabled reprints hits the internet, everybody's going to talk about it. All the Pokemon YouTubers, all the Lorcana YouTubers, all the Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers, all the Magic YouTubers, they're all going to be like, they reprinted a $1,400 booster box in Disney Lorcana. Are they trying to ruin it? But in reality, it'll be like 10% or lower of whatever they actually printed. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they'll actually do it. Is every single Lorcana booster box going to come out above MSRP going forward? I hope not. But we will see, I guess. We will see. I don't know if they saw this coming when they started making the Iconics, if they were planning on this happening, if they've just held back product. They could have done anything. They could have massive amounts of all of these sets, all these last 8 sets. They could have literally all of them in their warehouses waiting to release to distributors. So I would not FOMO if you are trying to like buy as many boxes as you can right now because you're fearing that you're going to miss out. Don't buy stuff with emotion. That's how you lose money. Don't buy anything with emotion. If you think you're going to miss out, it's probably just really hyped. It could just keep going up. Everything could just keep going up. I'm going to put a case of these Fabled sleeve boosters on our website too. A sealed one. This is open because somebody opened it. I don't know who opened it. It might have been me a long time ago. It might have been me when the set came out, and I might have just put it back because nobody really wanted it. A few of our players that collect, like they bought a bunch of it, and were getting Dumbos and stuff back when it was below MSRP. We sold 60 boxes below MSRP. So it's not like we didn't hold all of our Fabled. We sold most of it. We just have some left because I order more than I can sell. That's why we have product. That's why we have Lord of the Rings. That's why we have 151. That's why we have Rise of the Floodborn, Time of the Battle, Origins, New Type Rising, Romance Dawn, Paramount War, Pillars of Strength, all these One Piece sets, all these Yu-Gi-Oh sets. We have every Yu-Gi-Oh set. Almost every Yu-Gi-Oh set for the last like 5 to 7 years, except for some of the sets in 2020 because obviously we barely got any from those sets and we sold out all those sets pretty quickly. Anyways, are any of these card games gonna die? Are there too many card games in this card game world? There is a ton of card games in this card game world, but the matter of fact is there's tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of new people into this world. In this card game world is what I mean. People invest. It's the newest, hottest investment. You got blue-collar workers coming in, investing in all these card games. We got random couples coming in, buying Bloomborough Commander decks. We got couples coming in, buying Pokemon. We got couples coming in buying Disney Lorcana. We got couples coming in doing One Piece. It's turned into a couple thing. It's like we got families coming in, couples coming in, all different types of people coming in buying various different card games. It's blown up so big that it's mainstream now. It's popular now. It used to be, people used to make fun of you if you played card games. You play card games at lunch at school, and people would just be like, what the heck are these kids doing? They're playing with their friends. They're having fun. They're trading cards. They're getting smarter because their reading comprehension level goes up because of playing card games. They're getting better at math because they're calculating how many different things they have to do certain things to win the card game, or mill their opponents out, or burn them, or combo, or whatever. Everybody is learning that these card games are not just art pieces like, I guess, the sports cards where you can't really play with them. I heard of something of them trying to integrate them into like some trading card game or something, but I don't know if that'll even last or anything. It seems interesting. I don't know. They'd have to do something like Magic where it's like Commander. Anyways, do you think Lorcana is going to die? Do you think it's going to zero? Do you think Pokemon's going to go to zero? Or Magic? These Ice Age boxes are worth less than the Evolving Skies. This was in 1995. This was in 2022. That just doesn't make sense to me. But it does also make sense because you can't pull a $3,000, $4,000 card out of an Ice Age box. You can't pull... Oh my gosh. You can pull a $5,000 to $10,000 card out of Fabled. Can you pull a $5,000 or $10,000 card out of Evolving Skies that's worth more than Fabled currently? No, you can't. Unless, well, they're going to go up in value, obviously. So eventually you'll have a $5,000 card. But this was in 2022 and this Fabled box came out last year. That came out last year and it's got cards more expensive than a card in 2022. What does that say about how many are out there? There's not that many. So the amount of Minnie and Mickey iconics out there is just, in my guesstimates, 4,000 or so. Around 4,000 iconics of each. There's millions of Disney fans. What the hell was that noise? Oh, it's just some kids out there. I don't know. Forgot the microphone was right there. Is it even recording? I hope it's recording. If the microphone's not on, I look like an idiot right now. What I'm trying to say is you're not bullish enough on Disney Lorcana. These $6 packs, well, these are $60. This set is older than this set. There are higher rarity hits in this set, though, but the cards printed in this were printed less because as time goes on, more and more people get into card games, so they have to print more. So they printed less for these sets. I don't know. Did I overinvest in the first 4 sets? Probably. At least that's what everybody thinks. For now. Is Lorcana going to start making 10s like this? Are they going to start making tins like this with Elsa, an alternate art Elsa where you can only get it in tins, with a really cool tin with Elsa and Olaf and a bunch of other Disney characters like Stitch, an ice tin. Just imagine that, an ice tin, just like they did the Winter Spell set. You just put all ice characters on it. Make a cool tin. This thing's $180. What the? Oh, it's Paladin Fates. That makes sense. Anyways, that's probably about it for this video. I don't really know what else I'm going to say other than if you would like to support us, buy some singles on our website, buy any of these One Piece cases, any of them. All these cases will be available by the time this video comes out. We got one case of OP13, one case of OP11, one case of EBO3, and 10 cases of the Time of Battle, slightly below TCG Player low. So it is lower than TCG Player. Why wouldn't you buy it? It is cheaper. And we're not scammers. Or am I? Guess you'll have to find out when you order and you get a bunch of like boxes of pizza in your shipment instead of Paladin Fates or something. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Have a good day.